Anything is possible. It started with a dream. Our passion made a difference.
Hello and welcome to Sandra's Stamp and Craft Studio. Today I am sharing with you one of the projects that Jackie and I are bringing to you using the Everything Is Rosy product medley. It's a beautiful kit and I'm sure that you are all going to enjoy using this and look forward to sharing with you some of the projects we're making. So let me switch the camera down onto the desk and let's get crafting. And this is the card we're going to be making. So when you open this card, you will be exposed to the pop and twist. And this is the mechanism we will be playing with today. It really is a lot simpler than it looks, so please don't be worried about it. In your kit, you have a Stampin' Up! Note card and envelope. So this is one of the note cards. We have 3 pieces of designer series paper. Please just be careful if there's a one-way design to it. So those 3 are going to go on the card. Then we have 2 pieces of Whisper White card. I'll give you the measurements as we go along with those. And then 4 small pieces of navy card. This will get your mechanism and your card complete. So we will crack on with the designer series paper and our Tombow adhesive, and we're going to adhere those onto the front of this card and both the 2 inside faces. Okay, so this is coming on the front here. Hope you can see me okay. So that's 1, and then these are the other 2 for the inside. So I'm using Tombows very, very sparingly here and just leaving a nice little white border around there as I slide that into place. And here's the second piece. Okay, and that's going in there. So these have to be put in place first. So they're all nicely in there. Okay, so there's our card base ready to go. So let's prepare the pieces to go on the inside. Now here I have a piece of card that is 16 centimetres by 6 centimetres. So what I've done here is I've scored it at 4, at 8 and at 12. Okay, we will fold that in half and crease with a bone folder. Then this one is going to come back on itself and crease, turn the whole thing over, and this one's coming back on itself and crease. Okay, and as I pick that up, I want that one to look like a W. This piece of card is your mechanism, and I've cut this to 14 centimetres by 6 centimetres, and I've marked in at the top left-hand corner at 4 centimetres, the bottom left at 4 centimetres, the top right 4 centimetres, and the bottom right 4 centimetres. Now I don't know if you can see those 4 marks, but we're going to actually make a cross. We're going to score between that line and score through the middle. So those pencil dots can now be removed. So I will just rub those out so we don't see those anymore and spoil our card. So all of those folds that I've made, I'm just going to burnish those with my bone folder. Okay, so we'll go through once through the middle at the 3 centimetre mark, and there where these 2 here, the marks that I made, I've done a little scored a cross. So one is going that way and one is going that way. So let me burnish those for you. One that way and one that way. And you will see there's a cross there. Okay, now as these dents are going downwards, I'm going to fold this back on itself. And so this is our design here. Let me just bring that under the camera. I put my fingers along those valley folds there and just bring those 2 pieces in together. And there is our little mechanism. That, believe it or not, is the hardest piece of this card. Okay, to get that little piece correct. And now that looks like a house. So remember that your house must be joined together. It can't be overlapping or split apart. So that's the mechanism. So if we grab my card now, and we're going to place this little house in the middle of our base card. So when we place that in the middle there, we want that to be straight, and we want this point here that I'm just marking with my bone folder, that wants to be just slightly over that crease, just the on the line, just the other side of it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put some Tombow, hold it firmly, and put some Tombow on that triangle in the middle there. Okay, we will shut that card and press nice and firmly on there. Okay, and we'll turn it over, and we're going to do exactly the same on the other side. You'll see that the other triangle is adhered down. So now we take the Tombow again, and we put the Tombow on that triangle and shut it down. I am just going to press on there just a little bit, just to firm that down. Make sure that's nice and clean. Okay, so there is our mechanism. Okay, you're just going to have to trust me that this is all going to work for you. So once we open this, you can see that the two triangles that we glued down are intact. They're there, ready to go. Now this piece will overhang the piece of the card, the outside of the card. Please don't worry about that. We want our W next. So this is our W mechanism. And we're going to leave the doors shut. So where the W is, we're going to bring those doors into the middle. And again, I'm very good with my measurements and eyeballing things. You want to have your tram lines all going the same way, so they're all nice and lined up. Now, if you're doing this at home, you could put a cross in there and a cross in there. We are looking at the top right. You can't really see this on here. Let me just bring that back onto the camera, try and zoom in a little bit more for you. I hope that helps. I'll just bring that over again. So we're working on this top right hand corner and the bottom left hand corner. Now I've put crosses on there because if you want to put tape on, you might knock these out of the way. I'm still holding it really firmly. So I'm going to put the adhesive round that square and round this square. It is important that they are opposites. Okay, so now keeping these lines square, we're going to open those doors, open those and press it down, and open this and press it down, making sure that your top and bottom lines are nice and square. So it's just in those two corners. That's the only place we're sticking it. Now, believe it or not, that is all done. So what we're now going to do is I'm going to grab my tweezers and we're going to apply these 4 pieces of card that we spoke about earlier. Now, these pieces are 3.5 centimetres by 5.5 centimetres. So I'll just lay that on there and make sure that's the correct size. I'm going to put adhesive around these and pop the first one down. And then grab the next one with my tweezers. Pop adhesive all the way around. And then pop that one down. In there. So we've got 4 of these to do. So adhesive and down and adhesive and down. So what we've been pressing on there quite a bit. Now this is the moment of truth that the mechanism is going to work. So I'm going to just push that up inside there. Now I want you to see on the camera there, can you see where that W was? This is forming our W that we started with. The mechanism is underneath there. So as I push this up from the sides, the very first time you use the mechanism, it's just a bit scary, but please trust me and just gently close that card and it's all done. Okay, so now we're going to open that card up again and you're going to see the mechanism work. So as you open, it's going to twist itself round and there is your card. Okay, so I hope you liking that so much so far. I'm just going to return now. I've used exactly the same paper on this one, but I want to return back now to my one that I had already prepared for you. All I'm going to do now is just talk you through very quickly the decoration on here really. I've used one of the foil panels that you've got in your pop-outs in your kit. The ribbon, you've got a spool of ribbon, just tie a little bow and pop a glue dot on the back there. The decoration here has been stamped and die cut, both of which are in your kit. Okay, so if we open up this kit, the card now, sorry. So I'm just going to flatten that down a bit for you. So I've stamped the thank you is all one greeting. and I've stamped that in the Melon Mambo ink, and then I have cut it down the middle so that it wasn't too straight an edge. I flagged the ends just by snipping those, and then the Dear Friend, I've done that going there as well. So I've just flagged the end. These two end pieces have been popped out from embellishments you have in the kit, and these middle ones are all stamped and die cut. So you can decorate that as you wish. You've got lots of elements in there, and these are some of the filigrees that I've cut in the rose gold card. Absolutely beautiful, and I hope you agree that that's a stunning card, and it really is a lot simpler than it looks. I hope you've enjoyed this card today and will enjoy using the Everything is Rosy kit, and all my details will follow on the following screen. Please like and subscribe to my videos just on the buttons underneath this video, and then you'll be able to be notified when I record further videos, and you'll be able to enjoy those as well. Thank you for joining me today.